Hey folks, I'm Tina Hui with FollowCoin. We are the homepage of digital currency and fintech. Welcome to this snippet of Bit News. A silver lining to the BitLicense saga was introduced yesterday. Ben Lawsky, the superintendent of the NYDFS, otherwise known as New York's Department of Financial Services, addressed concerns noted by groups like the Open Source Financial Developers Association, or OSFDA, earlier this year, and individuals alike, that the initial BitLicense draft that was made public and unveiled in July of 2014 might extend to restricting open source code. As such, Lawsky announced on Tuesday, October 14, 2014, yesterday, that New York State will not require digital currency software developers to obtain a BitLicense to operate in the state. Phew! His comments follow New York's extended period for virtual currency companies to comment on a set of proposed regulations that have come to be called the BitLicense. It was unveiled by the state in July. A revised version of the regulations are set to be released by the end of October, unless another time extension does occur this year in 2014. In a statement during a speech on Tuesday at the Benjamin N. Cardozo School of Law in New York City, Lawsky made a point to say, "We are regulating financial intermediaries. We are not regulating software development. To clarify, we do not intend to regulate software as software or software development. For example, a software developer who creates and provides wallet software to customers for their own use will not need a license." The BitLicense is the first proposed regulation by any U.S. state to create guidelines specifically for virtual currencies. It includes proposed rules on consumer protection, the prevention of money laundering, and cybersecurity, and has been the topic of discussion amongst everyone in the digital currency space. The most prominent virtual currency that has emerged to date that is urging such regulation is Bitcoin, as it is often used as an investment or as a way to pay for goods and services online and has become something of a currency in and of itself. Bitcoin prices have been extremely volatile. They fell as low as $275 on October 5th, 2013, and were as high as $1,123 in December of 2013. And even just yesterday, it was quoted at $391 and has been fluctuating up to $401 and back all week. To call Bitcoin unpredictable is an understatement. However, it is proving to have staying power. Lawsky has said that companies that are developing the latest platforms for virtual currencies will not need a license, nor will individual users. Banks, however, will not be exempt. The banks we regulate cannot start providing virtual currency services without prior approval from the DFS, otherwise known as the Department of Financial Services, and they will have to comply with any requirements that are otherwise imposed on virtual currency businesses. Alright, well, we're all at the edges of our seats, and it's unclear what the BitLicense is going to allow and not allow, and what restrictions are going to be placed, but we are all ears, and we can't wait until the end of October when it does come out. In the meantime, at least there's a little bit of a silver lining, as it does turn out that software development was not affected and is not affected by the BitLicense. So we can all breathe a little sigh of relief and stay tuned for what's going to happen next. Well, that's it for this update. Thanks for tuning in. We hope everybody is having a good week. Don't forget to subscribe to us if you like this video, and we'll chat with you again soon. Thank you. Bye.